Right guys, so here we are, season 4, episode 4 of the Fabio Quagliarella series, Road to Retirement, and I'm now on the PC, so we're using the mods, etc., which means that we're going to have a totally different experience. So that's the reason why this fourth episode of the series is a little bit late to the party, but that does mean, as I say, we're going to have some fun with it. And the first things first is that means it can be a player manager career mode. So Fabio will continue to play for Sampdoria, but he's also now been named the boss of Sampdoria as well, because we can modify that in the game. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. But in the meantime, let's get on with a few things, including let's having a look at what the board expect of us. So youth development, within the next 2 seasons we need to have at least one player from the youth academy signed into the first team, and they play at least 50% of the games in the season. Brand exposure, sign 1 crucial first team player assigned to the forward position. And then we've got Coppa Nacional, reached round 32 stage. Finish mid-table in Serie A. And then on the financial side of things, within 2 seasons, increase the club worth of your club by 30%. So a few things there for us to have to consider as we are going through this career mode series. And also what I would suggest is that because this is now also a manager career, we will need to invest in some players going forward to try to improve the squad. So if you've got any ideas as who we should be signing, and let's keep things semi-realistic in terms of who that could be, from players that would sign to Serie A, or loans, etc. Let me know in the comment sections down below, and we'll see what we can get done heading out of the first transfer window. Okay, so one thing that I just wanted to mention to you as well, as you remember, we've been through FIFA 17, 18 and 19 so far this series, and we've clearly transferred the stats from each of those game modes into this mode throughout that period. So as you can see, Fabio's statistics align with that. He should have an 83 in FIFA 20, but he does now have an 80. One thing that I have added, because I think that's quite important based on some of the goals that he scored so far, is bicycle kicks to his traits, because as you know, with the mods we can make those kind of alterations that we clearly couldn't do in a vanilla style career mode series. So okay, so the first match of this season, this episode, is going to be against Bournemouth in the European International Cup, and let's see how we can get on in this one. And it's a 1-0 loss. We've cut getting on the score sheet for Bournemouth, unfortunately. Okay, so the next game up in this European International Cup is against Leicester City. Let's see how we can get on. And it's a 1-1. Vardy missed a penalty as well though, so we get to draw out of that one at least. Okay, so we've got our first offer in here, and it's for Vasco Regini. We've been offered €1 million for his services, which is over his evaluation. So I'm going to accept that offer, try and get an extra bit of money in the bank for some deals further down the line. Okay, so the next offer on the board is for Edgar Barreto. We want to get rid of the player because he's 34 years of age and he's looking to retire at the end of this season. He's got a valuation of €1.5 million, and we've been offered 1.15, but we're also being told that his current evaluation might be a little below what we can actually get in the market. So I'm going to accept the offer and see if we can get that deal to go through. Okay, so the next matchup is against Espanyol. Once again, we're going to sim it because it is a pre-season tournament. Hopefully we can get some points on the board, and we do, and it's Fabio that comes to our rescue with the goal. But unfortunately that means we have been knocked out of the tournament. We didn't accrue enough points to go through, but obviously that means we will get some additional prize money for our troubles, which we got €1.3 million. So let's have a look at what we have now got available to us in terms of budget. I'm going to change that wage budget because that's to negotiated deals. So we've got €20 million that we can go out and spend with a wage budget of €100,000. So obviously comment in the comment sections below who you think we should go out and purchase in this first transfer window that's going to make an improvement to the squad. Okay, so clearly we want to get some youth academy scouts on the books as well. The first one on the list here is Antonio Esposito, worth €250,000, and he's a three-star scout. Going for the Italian scouts straight out of the box, so we're going to get him in and let's send him out for his first scouting mission. Again. And clearly we're going to send him off to Italy, send him out for the full 9 months, and we'll just look for any. Okay, so we've got another offer in for Edgar Barreto. We're going to accept this one as well. It's a little bit over the valuation that we got last time around, so hopefully we will get rid of him in one of those moves. Okay, so there's the first deal on the board. Vasco Regini is gone, and we've been allocated another €725,000 to our transfer budget. Okay, so Wolves have come in with a bid for Gaston Ramirez at €11.7 million. Not going to let him go at this stage because we obviously need some squad depth. We got a loan offer in for young Mohamed Bahali, a 1-year loan offer from Sheffield Wednesday. Going to let him go out on that 1-year loan. Okay, so another bit of information here. We've got Edgar Barreto leaving the club, so that's another £850,000 in the coffers, ready for us to make some more signings. And we've got interest for Falcone at $470,000, and that is kind of somewhere around his evaluation. So I'm going to let him go. Let's just have the money and let's see if we can grab ourselves a youth academy player perhaps that can play that position. Okay, another transfer offer on the board here for Nicola Murray this time, young left back, 24 years of age, and I'm not letting him squad just yet. Okay, so a couple of extra transfer dealings here. Falcone's been sold and we've got €325,000 for his transfer fee, and Bahulili, or however you say it, has been loaned out to Sheffield Wednesday for a year. And another transfer offer in this time for Omar Colley. He is apparently worth €13.5 million to Ajax, and we're going to reject that. Okay, so we've got another offer in here for Nicola Murray. 4.7 million he's supposedly worth, but we're being offered €6.5 million this time round. I'm going to reject that offer though. I don't really want it going anywhere. Okay, so Roma are in now for Emiliano Rigoni, £13.5 million for the 79 rated right midfielder. Not going to let him go because we haven't got any backup in that respect. We get that offer. We've also got an offer in for Federico Bonazzali, 1.6 million, where his valuation is currently at 1.3, but I think he's got plenty of room to grow, so we will reject that offer too. Another offer in for Gaston Ramirez, this time from Eibar, and we're just going to reject it. Okay, so Club Brugge in for Ronaldo Vieira. I do have plans for this player here, CDM. I'd rather loan him out, if anything, for the start of the career mode here, but I'm going to reject this offer, obviously. 4.9 million, it's not enough for him in my reject. Okay, so we've got our first scouting report in from Antonio Esposito. He's found somebody with his own name. In fact, he's found 2 players with his own name. I assume he's scouting his relatives, which is a bit strange, but there we go. So Francesco is 14 years of age, and he's not going to make the cut because his potential is extremely low, so we're going to reject him. Alberto Rinaldi, again, his potential is too low. We will get that 50-year-old player. And what you are going to notice here is from Lorenzo Giordano is that I've got the mod working here, so we're getting to the players arriving on the list of the scout report as well. So anyway, we've got Ricardo Esposito. He has a potential of between 59 and 81, and he is a goalkeeper, so we could push him beyond his potential, let's say. I'm going to leave him on the list for now, and we'll keep scouting him to see if he makes any improvement, but I can't see that happening. Then we move on to Giordano. As I mentioned, he's 12 years of age. We're going to reject him. Potential. So yeah, that's it for this first scout report. Unfortunately, the only player that is of any worth on there is Esposito, and he is not the greatest. But we will continue to plug on, and let's see if we can find anything else in Italy. Okay, so I've just entered the higher scout screen here, and as we can see, we've got a 5-star scout from Italy available to us in the form of Federico Romano. He's €4 million, which is going to obviously put a dent in our budget going forward, but I do think having that scout on board will bring us some decent players back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hire Federico Romano, and I think he will be the last scout that we get for a period of time now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get him on board, and he's available for us to scout again, and we are going to select. Now it's time for the cheat engine, because we can't currently scout this particular area because it's locked out. We can only scout one area. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fire up the cheat engine. Okay, so we've fired up the cheat engine now, and I should be able to send Romano to Italy as well as our other scout, which we can. So we've now got 2 scouts, both Italian, both searching in Italy. Something that I would expect to happen in this kind of scenario with Sampdoria. Hopefully Federico will bring us back some talents. In fact, we could ask him to bring back a report straight away. So let's send him back with a report immediately from the cheat engine. As we can see, we've got a report straight away from both the scouts. I'm going to ignore Esposito's because we've just had a scout report from him. But we will review Romano and see if he's brought back any potential talent that we can promote to the youth academy. The first of which is Lorenzo Ferrari, who has a decent potential at 76 to 94. He's worth €150,000, but he is only 12 years of age, so that obviously will impact us promoting him to the academy. We've then got Santoro, who is again 12 years of age, but again he has a potential of 70 to 94, but only worth 70,000. Rizzo, unfortunately, is not going to make the cut. Another Rizzo, 63 to 85, and he is a goalkeeper, but only 13 years of age. We'll hold him on this report for now. We've got Fabio Costa, 62 to 84. Going to reject him because I don't think he has the potential. And then we've got Michel Rossi, 16 years of age, has a potential of 63 to 85. He's worth £50,000. So we'll just monitor these 4 players for now, and let's see how we go forward with Federico in a month's time. Okay, so we've got another offer in here for Federico Bonazzoli. Valuation is £1.5 million, as we know, and we've been offered £1.9 million for him. But again, I don't want to let him go at this stage because I do think we need the squad depth. Okay, so Ibar are having another go at a different player this time around. Carol Lanetti is worth £10.5 million, and we've been offered €13.1 million for the player. Again, he's part of the plans here for at least the opening stage of the career mode. So let's reject that and on.
Benvenuti a tutti, possiamo cominciare con le domande.
Okay, so we got our first press conference of the series. I'll run through this one because obviously it's the first one. How does the pre-season impact the squad ahead of their first competitive match? We must learn from our mistakes, is what I'm going to go for here. Which has had a drastic effect on the team's morale. Unfortunately, it's made them quite unhappy. Let's hope we can try to rectify that. Can the team avoid finishing in a low position? Well, I think the squad is more than capable of doing so, so that's kind of evened out the keel in terms of the morale now. Will you buy some new players until the end of the transfer window? Well, that's down to you guys. I need you to comment down below in the comment section. Let me know who you want to feature in this particular career mode series. But I do think that we will continue to say we are building a winning team.
La conferenza stampa è terminata, grazie a tutti.
Okay, so that's it. We're going to call time here, just ahead of the start of the season, for episode 1 of season 4 of the Quagliarella Road to Retirement series. As part of this Road to Retirement, we've moved Fabio from being just solely a player into a player-manager career, so we can do both aspects now. And hope you've enjoyed the first of this series. Obviously, we've got the mod, so if you want to let me know anything that you want me to do in this particular series, let me know and we'll try to fulfill that criteria. This isn't going to be an extremely modded career mode series. We will obviously take advantage of some of the mods, but I will do another series that's heavily focused on the modified side of things. But hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel so you know when other content's going to hit.